Hi, my name is Shaquille Eel, and welcome to Jackass. No. So, fun fact, this is my second time recording myself actually trying to do Baldur's Gate 3, because the first time I did it, I feel like my commentary was really bad. And I don't even know if I'm gonna upload this anywhere other than to show my friends. Literally, this all started because my friend Booba, it's not her name, just a name that I'm gonna give her for privacy reasons. Booba said that with my new headset that she sold me at a very discounted price, thank you, Booba. She said that I kind of sounded like a Twitch streamer, and then she mentioned that she thinks I would make a good Twitch streamer because of my personality. I don't quite understand, but I've always wanted to try it because I think it could be fun. I've always loved interacting with Twitch streamers and like YouTubers, seeing commentary on video games. Like I spend a good majority of my time watching either gameplay of people playing games that I will never play because I have a very short attention span, or games I'm too scared to play because I'm very bad with horror. I hate horror games, and I hate horror movies. But somehow it's easier when you're watching someone else. So as I mentioned, this is my second time doing the early access of Baldur's Gate recording-wise. I only got, as you can see at the bottom, I only got like 3 hours in. I played through the majority of the early access, but I did that on my own time because I wanted to see what the game had to offer. And then my friend made that comment, and I decided, you know what, let me try this. So, one thing I'm changing from my previous one is I'm going to try to voice my character more, because in the current version of the game, your character doesn't have that many voice lines, and this character that I'm going to be creating is near and dear to my heart, that I created for the sole purpose of playing D&D and also making outfits for him, because I love making stuff. Like, I make foam props, I leatherwork, I embroider, I knit, and then I sew. So he was a good excuse to do a lot of that stuff. But yeah, I figured it'd be kind of fun to try to give him personality in D&D, because I've actually never played real life D&D because no one wanted to fucking play, or they didn't have time to. But I did make a character and I was so ready to play. The only time I've ever played, quote unquote, was in high school when there's a D&D club, and I didn't really play. They just let me DM for that game, and I did have like a character go with them that was just a blobfish in a fishbowl, like on wheels with a wizard hat. Yeah, it was very interesting. They said I did okay, but I'm sure knowing the rules of D&D would have probably helped. I totally didn't understand the concept of dice rolls, and the fact that in your head you have like an amount that they need to hit with the dice. So we're gonna try Baldur's Gate 3, and again, I don't know if this recording will ever see the light of day other than Booba and my roommate Al, who I love them both very much. So let's give it a shot. New game. Also, just a quick thing. Even though I'm gonna be like role playing my character for a good chunk of time, I will also be giving my own commentary, obviously, because it'd be kind of boring if I didn't. And I will also definitely have spoilers about Divinity Original Sin 2, because that's the game I played before this, and then I wanted more content for it, so this is from the same company, so I wanted to play it. And, you know, here we are. So I definitely will be making comparisons between the two games, but they are two separate things, and they're vastly different. But I will say this, if you like this game, if you'd like Divinity Original Sin 2, and if you like Divinity Original Sin 2, you'd probably like this game. You just have to get used to the difference in the mechanics. It's the Tussie, the tadpole pussy. thing I will say about the game, even though it's in early access, it's still really pretty so far. In these kinds of cutscenes, there are definitely cutscenes in the game that they haven't fully animated that are kind of glitchy and don't look good, but they're very funny. I'm hoping we'll see some of that. And that's disgusting. It never gets easier. This is the third time I've seen it. I'm like, that's absolutely disgusting. I think anything with eyes is, like, anything wrong happening with your eyes is pretty bad. Because, you just see everything. It's kind of like, I think it's Dead Space, where they stick a needle in your eye to get info or something like that. I don't know, I've never played Dead Space because it's kind of horror-esque. Or Spooky's Mansion of... Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion, I think? I always forget the name. So we're going to make this my D&D character. This is not going to be exactly what he looks like, because I'll point out little differences, but I'm hoping as time goes on with this game, they'll have more features and also like mods and stuff to make things better. So we're just going to put his first name. His first name is Coyote Wild. And his origin for him, his background, is going to be entertainer. So the reason why I made him an entertainer is because it's kind of also where he got his name from. He originally was in the circus, and it was the Wild Brothers Circus, spelled W-I-L-D-E, Wild. So he took on that last name, and he was just like, what was my first name? Just Coyote. He just like picked an animal, and he's illiterate. Like, in my mind, he's illiterate. That won't happen in the game. They make, like, you can't just be illiterate in the game, which kind of sucks, but also it would make the game very hard, because you'd constantly be having to switch characters. But, yeah, in my mind, he's illiterate. I also want to test something, because in both times I played this, I played as a Mephistopheles tiefling, which, the one thing that bugged me about that was that the horns weren't black. I was like, that looks really ugly. Like, in the type of horn that I pick for him, it looks really ugly. So just real quick, I want to test that real quick to see if maybe it's just the color that they chose. And maybe it's just the horns? Absolutely not. I think it's just the horns. Yeah, I think it's just the horns. So we're instead gonna go for this kind of elf, or not elf. Sorry, I was like reading that. This kind of tiefling, mainly because so far from my understanding, a bunch of this stuff is the same, like Hellish Resistance and Dark Vision. But this is what I'm interested in because I don't think I really like these ones. You know what? Actually, this one would be pretty good for what I put him as. Let's see. Let me actually, like, read them. Because I think these both have the same one. Yeah, this one is the same. It's all... Again, it's all the same. Except this one's strength-based and charisma-based. This one's intelligence and charisma. Again, intelligence and charisma. But, again, we want this man's dumb as hell. This one would be good because, for entertainer, it gives you performance. So we're gonna do that for him. Because I want this one. And we're gonna go for intelligence because... I don't know. Now I'm actually, like, thinking about it, like, make him a little stronger. I'm, like, trying to see what the difference between these ones are. I mean, but Mephistopheles, you know, it do be sounding cool. You know what? No, we're gonna go with this one. We're gonna go for broke and just go for this one again.
Where to next?
Okay, we're gonna keep that. Also, I'd like to point out, there's not a lot of faces, which makes me really sad. So I just picked the most pretty boy-esque one, because Coyote is anything, he is definitely a pretty boy. Just saying. Such a beautiful man. We want this color, demonic black. And also, they didn't have like the hair I would have chosen for him. Oh, that's definitely not it. Because I have like drawing references of him and such, and that's pictures I've commissioned from my friend. Yeah, see, like they don't have as many options as I would like. So the closest I figured would be just short on the sides, high up top. Does it change his ears? Yo, it does. See, I would love if you could just change the ears, like, as you please. A lot of the appearance, I wish you could just... I wish they would do, like, sliders. Do, like, your own version of Monster Factory where you just make an absolute monster. Which, I don't know, I think that'd be pretty funny. I'm definitely not gonna be a cleric. You are out of your goddamn mind if you think I'm gonna be a cleric. No shame to clerics. I'm definitely not the type to be a cleric. I wish they did a little more